Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and our nightmares have been realized. Where chaos stirs, he's never far behind. Loki returns in a younger form. Yay! We're getting Loki again, but he's a bald child now. Yay! What if Caillou was in Marvel Future Fight? Okay. Oh man, I'm so excited. Well, I have to say, I'm not really excited right now. Mainly because I'm worried that Loki is just going to take over again for Hades. And I just spent a bunch of materials building Hades. Tier 3ing, unlocking him, Tier 3ing him, Tier 4ing him, and all that stuff. Thankfully, I didn't use a 6-star artifact selector on him, but, you know, it could be, I guess it could be worse. There's some sort of silver lining. But there is another silver lining, perhaps a gold-plated lining. In the sneak peek details itself on the forum, and this is why we read the forum as well. Also to pad the time of the video, let's be real. The god of mischief with a glorious purpose. Okay, so they're just referencing all of his, phrases now. Who catches opponents off guard with his exceptional magical abilities has arrived. The master of deception. Check out the new look, uniform, and abilities, already has a tier 4, of this hero who harbors cunning and unpredictable schemes. We will provide more information through the update details. So that line there that I've highlighted, update details, means that we are not going to be getting presumably we're not going to be getting anything else during this update. Now that doesn't mean that, I mean, we could still see more. Sometimes they just don't include everything in the sneak peeks these days. Wiccan and Hulkling could be part of the update. They could be part of the mid-month update. We don't know. They could be the winter seasonals. It's lots of different things. But presumably, right now, what this update looks like is 3 characters. It's probably a little bit more than that because 3 is a really, really small number. Even like Savage Avengers was 4. So presumably it'll be at least 4, but we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we only know Chavez, Bishop, and Loki. At least they're all different typings. But the thing that people are really holding out hope for is that they called Icon, or what I think his name's Icon, they called him a hero. And that's their interpretation, that Loki is being converted into a hero. That's possible. That's definitely possible. We'll talk about it in just a minute. Let's take a look at the sneak peek itself. It's another slideshow, unfortunately. But yeah, Loki turns into Caillou, who then role plays as Loki or cosplays as Loki. He's still a universal type, which is cool. It looks like he summons creatures. There's like a worm or something. Yeah. I guess if you like this look for Loki, you're pretty hype, or if you like Loki. Unfortunately, I don't like this look for Loki, and I don't like Loki. So I'm kind of, I'm in the worst possible camp. I'm in the Certified Haters Award camp. I was just doing Collector's Hall, excuse me. But I want to go in game now because I want to talk about the possibilities here for Loki. Like, hey, listen, I'm happy that I already have him tier 4. Don't have to worry about tier 4ing a new character. But on the other hand, him being a villain, or him being a hero, he's been a villain for a long time, so sure, they can turn him into a hero. But if we take a look at his kit, right, first of all, his tier 4 sucks. We've talked about this before. It increases his attack. Here, we'll just set a striker so it actually shows us the right numbers. But it's going to increase his attack by 40%. That's the real number. That's the maximum number, 40% attack. And then it creates 8 misdirections and uses 1 to increase his attack by 7.5% and recover his HP. Now, that's actually potentially quite good for PvP. If those misdirections could take damage, if those misdirections stopped the real Loki from taking damage, then that's basically an 8-hit barrier that cannot be penetrated. Giggity. So if he has an unpenetratable 8-hit barrier on his tier 4, that's almost like a mini... That's like a 3 or 4 second damage immunity, right? Because of the number of hits that happen per second. That's pretty good. And on top of that, each one of those... Not right now, bro. I'm recording a video. Thank you, though. And not to mention, each one of those hits, it recovers 15% of his HP. So if all 8 of them get hit, he heals more than 100%. So it's sort of like a mini immortality, if that's how it worked, and if Loki was good for PvP. However, Loki's not good for PvP. So they're going to have to move heaven and earth to make him good for PvP. But right now, his tier 4 ability kind of sucks. It just genuinely kind of sucks. And then you look at what's his tier 2 ability? Guaranteed crit rate, skill damage, bonus damage. Okay, it's all PvE. 30% energy attack, 20% damage reduction. That's mostly PvE. 20% damage reduction is kind of like whatever. What's his uniform effect? Let's go take a look. Chain hit damage, PvE. Ignore dodge, PvE. Okay, and then his artifact increases damage by a percentage of his crit rate, regardless of guaranteed crit rate. So his artifact is also just increase his damage, mostly for, say it with me now, PvE. So I'm a little bit torn here. They could make him good for PvP, but then his artifact wouldn't have synergy, really. And that would hold him back tremendously. On top of the fact that, he doesn't, right now he doesn't have iframe ignore, he doesn't have penetration, he doesn't have immortality, he doesn't have revive. So he's missing the whole house, basically. He doesn't have consistent healing. He's like, let's put it this way. This Loki can die in ABL if you're not paying attention. If you're waiting in between rotations and gathering up all the mobs and they're just hitting you, they can actually kill you if you're not paying attention or if you don't have a very high HP defense stat. I know, because I've gotten my Loki down to like 50%. And that's scary because you're not supposed to take any damage in ABL. So that's embarrassing. Now, if they turn him into a hero, that's where people are hoping, oh, okay, then he'll be usable. He'll be really, really good, but he won't compete with Hades, right, Alex? Well, not really. If you take a look at the list, like, walk with me now. Okay, this day, either one of these days, ABX, ABL, no. Why did it go to round 8? That was weird. Okay, this one, yes. Tomorrow, yes. Universal superhero male. Yes, that's a possibility. However, we have Zeus. Remember this guy? Yeah. The yin to Hades' yang. Yeah. Also an alien, by the way. So where are we going to use Loki? This is where I just don't know. Listen, I just don't know. There's no day. By the way, guys, there's no day. There's no day. Any day that Loki does as... Okay, dude. Any day that Loki does... Seriously? I said, okay, dude, and fucking Google popped up. Are you kidding me right now? Stop listening, you perverts. I don't want to use your AI slop. Anyways, the point being, any day that Loki is going to be eligible for, whether he's an alien human, whether alien hero, or an alien villain, it doesn't matter. They're going to have to really pull something out of left field. Changing him like so that he's not an alien for some reason, or they're going to have to make him PvP or something. Because right now he's not going to compete. I don't want him to compete. Here's the thing. I don't want him to compete with Zeus and Hades because they just came out and they don't have any other value. So if they get replaced now, it's going to feel really, really bad. Like a ripoff, like a scam. We literally just built these characters. So I am worried. I'm absolutely worried. I think Loki is the worst possible choice for this update for the devs. And I think that they have to tread very carefully. I don't know. Honestly, I would rather them turn Loki into a support. Genuinely, just turn this guy's ass into a support, or turn him into PvP and make that tier 4 actually useful. But I don't know. I am genuinely kind of scared that they're going to invalidate a character that we just built and that we just spent a lot of resources on, or the other option that I'm also not scared, but not really a fan of, is that Loki is just not very good, right? Which we've seen a lot of this year. Don't get me wrong. We've seen a lot of mediocre uniforms this year, but I am worried that Loki will be one of those, and we'll just be like, yeah, it's whatever. It's a uniform. Just don't bother with Loki, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that's what I think now, but I'm saying that could be the advice that we end up giving people is just skip the new Loki uniform, and that just kind of sucks, man. I stripped his build. He's been stripped. He's been stripped, yeah. So I don't know. I think there were a lot of better options for Young Avengers. Personally, I know Loki is popular and he's got name recognition, brand recognition. But if nothing happens for Wiccan and Hulkling, that's going to be a huge mistake. Some people online were also pointing out that Cassie Apparently, I don't know if she's part of the Young Avengers, but yeah, Cassie is one of the... Oh, no, she's not tier 2. But yeah, Cassie is one of the few characters. She came to the game tier 2 only. She was one of the last tier 2 only characters, like new characters. And she was only released 2.5 years ago. Well, it's kind of a long time. She was released like almost 3 years ago. And if she gets nothing, that would be kind of shitty. They could make her a really good support for speed types. I know she has an okay support right now, but they could give her a much better support. They could make that 45-45, and they could also give her something else, you know, some damage reduction or something else. I think they need to get a little bit more creative, personally, but we'll have to wait and see. No Kang, no Hulkling, no Wiccan, no Cassie. It's looking mid right now, boys. It's looking mid. I mean, which is good because we all just spent our collective paychecks on Black Friday, so we kind of need a mid update. But it's tough. It's tough to you know. It's gonna be a challenge for people like me who like to yab about it. Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Kid Loki. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.